Stress is not just mental, it's neurological. And most people just try to relax the system. And so they breathe, they stretch, they take time off, they try to meditate, they try to slow down, they try to disconnect, but nothing really changes because the signal in the nervous system has not changed. And when the brain senses uncertainty, it prioritizes protection over performance. So that means more tension, more anxious feeling, more fatigue, less clarity, less focus, less resilience. And over time, reduced health, reduced performance, and reduced longevity. And this is where a lot of high performers get stuck, right? Because they're already doing a lot of right things. They're already disciplined. They're already consistent. They're committed. But the system is still operating from a protection standpoint. And that creates friction. You feel it in your body, you feel it in your mind, and you feel it in your energy for sure. And it starts to affect your decisions, your relationships, your ability to recover, your ability to enjoy your life. But here's the shift. When you learn how to influence your vagus nerve, you can change the signal. You don't force calm, you create conditions where calm becomes actually possible. So you move from protection into regulation. You move from tension into control, from survival into performance. And that changes everything. Welcome, I'm Heike Fallon, the founder of Expand Health and the creator of the NeuroHP method. I combine neuroscience, sports therapy, and personal performance coaching to help leaders, athletes, active people like you optimize their health and personal performance for longevity. And for over 30 years, I've studied the brain and body and their connection. And today, I want to share how vagus nerve massage can help regulate stress, reduce anxiety, and improve your performance. But not as a quick fix, as a strategy, a science-based way to influence your nervous system so you can feel better, think clear, and perform better without burning out. In this video, I'll cover what the vagus nerve does, why stress feels the way it does, why some techniques might fail, and how to apply simple, precise brain-based massages that actually work. So before we go into it though, make sure you download my free PDF guide. It's in the description. Download it, print it out, fill it out, work with it. I hope you do. But let's get started with something that most people don't fully understand. The vagus nerve is not a relaxation switch. It's a communication system. It connects your brain and your body. Actually, right here, we call it a big highway there. It communicates your heart rate, your breathing, your digestion, immune response, and most importantly, your ability to regulate. It's not about eliminating stress, but to regulate it. Because stress is part of performance. It's supposed to be there, but dysregulation is what creates the problem. So chronic tension, anxiety, poor sleep, low energy, and reduced recovery. Right? So think about it, your daily life, emails, meetings, deadlines, decisions, other relationship challenges. So even if you enjoy what you're doing, your system is constantly processing information, and that requires adaptation. And if your nervous system cannot adapt well, it starts to accumulate stress. Not always something obvious. Sometimes it's small signs like tension you can't release, a mind that won't slow down, or a body that just feels tight for no clear reasons, and fatigue even when you slept enough. And this is not a motivation problem. This is a regulation problem. And this is where the vagus nerve plays a central role, right? Because your brain is constantly asking one question: am I safe or not? And it answers the question based on input, not logic, not intention, input, sensory input from your body, from the environment, from your movement, from your breathing. So if your system is overloaded with unclear or threatening input, your brain prioritizes protection, even if you're safe. this is why you can be on vacation and you feel still stressed because the brain has not updated its prediction. So instead of trying to force relaxation, we improve the input, okay? So when we improve the input, we're actually changing automatically the output. So now, also let's talk about something that confuses a lot of people, breathing. Many people have been told just breathe slower, right? Just extend your exhale. And that sometimes helps, and there's certain times that is a good thing to do, but not always. If your system is already anxious, a longer exhalation can feel like not enough air, and that creates more tension. So that would be exactly the opposite we want, right? Because now breathing feels unsafe, and when breathing feels unsafe, your brain increases protection. So instead, we don't force a breathing pattern. We guide the system, we match the input to what the brain can tolerate, and then we build from there. This is very important shift because most people try to do more, right? They try more effort, more intensity, more control. But the nervous system responds best to better input, not more effort. So when we talk about that, we want to talk about vagus nerve massage now. This is not about one technique. It's about providing input to specific areas that communicate with the brain. The vagus nerve runs down your neck and by your ear, your jaw, your diaphragm. And these areas have receptors that send information to your brain about your internal state. And when that information is clear and non-threatening, the brain can reduce the protective output. That means, again, less tension, less anxious feeling, better regulation. But this only works if the input feels safe, like gentle, predictable, controlled, not aggressive, not forced. So now let's make this a little practical, right? Because we're going to do 4 exercises and I'd like you to follow along. Now, we can do a range of motion assessment that I always do, but in this case, you might also just check in and see how stressed you feel and if this helps you just to kind of calm down. It depends on how well you work with awareness, how well you can do that. Let's do the first exercise. Stand with your feet hip width apart or sit if that feels better to you. Knees are soft, tall spine. Shoulders relax, and I first want you to check in. Where's any tightness right now? Is there tightness in your neck or your back, your knees? How's your breathing? How do you feel overall as far as a stress level? Again, you're welcome to do also range of motion assessment like a head rotation. But first, we're going to just practice a little bit more awareness. Okay, then we're going to take one hand and just start on one side. We're going to go just from the base of the ear here, the earlobe, down the neck. Now, we're not going to push too hard. It's not about pushing hard. You can use your fingers or the back of your fingers. We want to get a little bit of movement along the skin, moving down, kind of gently massaging. If it feels better for you, you can do the opposite side, so using the opposite hand. Sorry, I switched sides. So we're just gonna kind of gently move down here. We might rotate a little bit to add a little skin stretch. Again, this is not about pushing hard. Let's do the other side, starting at the ear. Just a gentle gliding down. Again, choose whatever hand you choose that works best for you. Like I said, I sometimes like doing this way. Good. You may also see if both feel good for you. Key is that it feels comfortable. Good. Let's check in again. Is there the same tension? Is there a change in shift? If you did a rotation of your neck, you might assess that. So this is one way to get the vagus nerve along the skin coming down here. Now another one is that we're gonna trace the ear just around here. There's a lot of sensory input from here. So you just take your fingers and kind of trace that along. I'm going to do the other side. Close your eyes and really follow along. Excellent. Good. Now the next one is we're gonna use one finger, gonna go on the ridge right in here, and we're gonna just gently do small little circles. It should be the speed and pressure that feels comfortable to you. So it's not about pushing hard. You want to move the skin. Keep a tall spine, so make sure you're not starting to sink down here. You may also just hold the pressure right there. Sometimes it feels much better not to move, but it feels more calming to just hold the pressure. You may also try a small rotational kind of movement. But again, it needs to feel good to you. Now, if in any case you feel not comfortable, not good, please stop, okay? This can have tremendous impact on your vagus nerve, and sometimes it's too much, right? So you want to kind of check in as well on how you feel. So we switched sides already. Sorry, didn't say that. So you can do again circles. You choose the pressure, you choose the speed, whatever your brain tells you. It's very important to learn to check in and gain awareness of how your system responds to different things. Now again, stand tall, check in. Do your shoulders feel more relaxed? Is it the same tightness everywhere? Do you feel less stress? Or again, if you did a range of motion assessment, see if your range of motion improved. If you can move your neck, for example, further. So that is another way we get the vagus nerve right in the ear right here. So another really good one is gentle stretching of the skin around the ear. So what we're going to do is we're first going to massage the earlobes. Again, you choose the pressure, you choose the speed. You can do also one at a time. You can do 1 ear at a time. You can do both at the same time. So we're going to do a nice gentle massage of the earlobes. And then we're going to just pull a little further down and a little out. And you do want to feel a stretch right here at the earlobes. Don't worry, your ears aren't going to get longer. Yeah, it's kind of like maybe when back in the day, right? When your parents pulled your ears, those days, you know, maybe it was a good activation of the vagus nerve. Pull again down and out. Get a nice stretch feeling. Again, only whatever feels comfortable and relaxing to you. One more time, pulling down and out. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Again, you might do 1 ear at a time. Then we're going to go to the middle portion of the ear and we're going to gently pull it back. Kind of hook a little bit in there. Make sure you're breathing. And you might feel this whole side relaxing as you do that. And let's do the other side. Again, you can also do a little movement with that if it feels comfortable. I kind of like to hold it steady. Good. And the last one we're gonna do, we're gonna pull the ear up. So you wanna kind of pull the ear up. See how you can grip your ear without it being uncomfortable to you. And again, we wanna keep the shoulder relaxed as possible. So I'm doing an upward pull. And the other side. So you can hook it in there. You can also grab the top of the ear. You may also do the other hand if you like. Again, also you can pull it further back and up, do different directions. Good, then we're gonna do last time, one more time, pulling down and out on the earlobes. Excellent. Just stand again, let's check in. How's your overall tension? Did this calm you down a little bit? Maybe you did a range of motion assessment of your neck. See if that helped you as well. I'm feeling a little sleepy right now, feeling very calmed down from doing a lot of these exercises back to back. But keep in mind, if anything feels worse or more tense or uncomfortable, stop. You have permission to stop because this is feedback from your brain, right? So you have to adjust the input, okay? The brain organizes your state based on information, not effort. So when input improves, output changes. This is neuroplasticity. Small inputs, repeat consistently, create change. And this is where most people get it wrong. They try something once and expect results. But the brain learns throughout repetitions, just like learning a skill. Think about like learning a language or playing an instrument, right? You don't do it once, it's not like you do it once and you master it. You repeat it, you refine it, you build over time. And the same is true for your nervous system. This is not just about feeling calm. This is about how you show up, your decisions, your clarity, your energy. A dysregulated system creates reactivity. And short-term thinking, emotional responses reduces performance, and a regulated system creates space, clarity, better decision, better communication, better leadership. And that is self-leadership, really. This is what we train inside the NeuroHP method. The brain, the body, the environment, the self, right? All work together because longevity is not just living longer, it's living better. With energy, with clarity, with control. Too aggressive is a mistake. More pressure is not always better, and inconsistent practice is really not going to get you anywhere. So the brain learns through repetition. And this is a process. Like I said, like any other skill, it takes time. But the return is significant when you do it on a regular basis because you regulate better, your energy gets better, your performance gets better, your health gets better. So the vagus nerve is a key component, but your brain really needs multiple inputs from your vision, from your inner ear, so your balance system, your movement, your breathing, your environment, all influence your state. And when the system improves, the whole system, everything improves. So this is a holistic approach. This is long-term thinking. This is true longevity. And as always, if you like this video and you feel like there's someone that can benefit from this, please share it with them. I consistently upload new science-based exercise videos, content. So please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out. And I hope you start investing in yourself today because you deserve it. I'm Heike Fallon. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.